Hey there, this is Sarah Morgan, birth and postpartum doula, executive director of Joke and Better Birth Foundation, Nia Healing Center for Birth and Family Life, Shift Circle Community Doula Program, and the Better Birth Association of Harlem. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Oh my goodness, the sun feels so good. So I'm sitting in this nice sunny spot across the street from my house and just enjoying some peace and quiet. Hear the birdies chirping. Hope you can hear them. I'm wanting to share some information with pregnant folk that I know will be very great assistance to you as you carry your young ones, and something that is not enforced to the extent that it should be as you go through your prenatal visits with an obstetrician. It's covered much more in depth if you're working with a home birth midwife, possibly a nurse midwife. But obstetricians, unfortunately, tend to mention this but not really go into it in depth or monitor it in such a way that it would be really helpful for you in maintaining robust health throughout your pregnancy. I want to emphasize that although prenatal vitamins are helpful things, they are in no way a substitute for a healthy and balanced diet. And when we get into the conversation of diet, that's one of those hot potato conversations where everybody's got different feelings and opinions. So I want to put out some basic information that I know will help for everybody, however you've decided it's good for you to consume food. Okay. So whether you are an omnivore or whether you are a vegetarian or whether you are a vegan, the rules are the same and will provide the basic building blocks needed to do two really important things: to actually help in the formation of your child, and in the second most important thing is in keeping alive the body of the person carrying the baby, with the mama. Okay, you must stay alive, you must be healthy in order to create this safe and lovely home for your child to grow in. And your child needs to have the best ingredients possible that get assimilated into making the actual physicality of your child, the child's brain, how it functions, how it's able to function from the moment that it's born until the moment it passes on 100 years from now. Excuse me, hopefully 100 years or more. Same with the lungs, same with the digestive system. From the very moment that you are pregnant, these things need to be part of your thinking. If you're planning to be pregnant, nutrition needs to come into place months before you conceive if you can. That would be great. The better you can be eating, and the way I will discuss eating is feasible when you're a pregnant person and when you're not a pregnant person. It's just a good, solid way to eat high quality food. Food quality is another thing that can be problematic for some, that unfortunately in this country is tied so much to income. Simply do the very, very best you can. If you can afford natural foods, if you can afford organic, please consume it. If you cannot, don't let yourself be don't fall into despair about that. Just eat the best quality of the foods that I'm about to talk to you about that your family can afford. Just do your very best there. Okey-doke? So what I'm going to talk to you about is called 5-finger eating. It was taught to me several years ago in a midwifery training that I took. And it was credited to a midwife by the name of Valerie L. Haltow. From the moment I was taught it, I've been sharing it with my clients, and I have seen beautiful results for my clients in being able to feel really good, avoid being anemic, have a good, healthy, happy, peppy stride through the majority of their pregnancies, through all of their pregnancies, and then have spontaneous labor, productive labor, and the beautiful pushing out of little people. So, along with the 5 fingers I'm going to discuss with you, I've added a couple of other things, and I'll share those as we go along. So 5-finger eating consists of these components. Every day on your plate, 3 times a day, these things need to be present. Okay? So we're talking about, the first thing is protein. We need a protein source. That could be animal, that can be vegetable. The goal for a pregnant body in every day is to take in 100 grams of protein. So be that animal or be that vegetable, that's what we're doing. That's the focus. Even if you have to sit down and count it out per gram, then just do that. Protein is going to be, it's integral to your body staying alive. We ourselves are protein. The blood is protein. The baby is protein. The amniotic fluid, the placenta, all of those things are made of protein. So we must take in protein to assist in the assimilation of that. Number 2, green leafy vegetables. If you eat meat, eating greens is a really good idea. All the concerns that I've heard vegetarians have about folks who consume meat, in my opinion, have to do with the fact that people are consuming meat and carbohydrates with very little or no vegetables in their lives. You have to eat lots of vegetables. So on your plate right now, we've gotten protein. We're trying to do 100 grams of protein in a 24-hour span of the day. And then we're talking green leafy vegetables, and those could be all the green leafy vegetables you enjoy. Spinach, kale, chard, broccoli, asparagus, all those beautiful green vegetables that have so many exquisite phytonutrients, fiber, and all innumerable health benefits from those wonderful things. The third thing on your plate needs to be a food that contains vitamin C. We're not talking about taking a supplement here. We're talking about a food that contains vitamin C. That can be citrus, that's your easy go-to. It also be things like red bell peppers. Also on your plate needs to be a whole grain. We're gonna avoid white bread. We're gonna avoid French and Italian bread as much as that. I know, so yummy. This stuff is so yummy. It really, as far as nutrients are concerned, there's nothing there for you and your baby. So what are whole grains? Wheat bread, rye bread, pumpernickel bread, brown rice, anything that hasn't been processed and having a layer of bran removed from the product, from the wheat, will be good for you to eat. Quinoa is a wonderful whole grain and a good protein source. I'm going to do some homework and include some sites where you can go and do some homework. A quick Google search will help you. Like, okay, what's a whole grain? You can Google that and they'll give you a nice list of things to choose from, give you a list of green leafy vegetables to experiment and try. Now's a nice time to experiment and try different foods if you're not used to eating those things. Again, our friends at Google, you know, they're a pain in the neck, but when they are helpful, they're very helpful. So looking for good recipes. Another thing that's important in pregnancy is know that you're also building your baby's taste buds. So experimenting with foods that you haven't eaten before, trying things, eating more vegetables yourself, makes it more likely that your little one will be a person that will say yes to all different kinds of foods because the little taste buds are being formed in utero. Isn't that exciting? So, you know, branch out, you know, start eating all the things that you may not have eaten before, experiment with cooking different ways that you haven't done before to encourage a nice varied palate in your kiddo. Let's see, we did whole grains, we did vitamin C, we did green leafy vegetables. The other matter is water. We want to make sure as pregnant people we're taking in 8 to 10 glasses of water daily. And that's challenging for some of us, but just do your very, very best. So this is going to be water beyond the 3 meals a day. You're going to make sure we're talking about 8 ounce glasses of water, 10 8-ounce glasses of water every day. So some folks have the little water containers that can help you stay on task with that. And however you get to do that. Drinking tea or other drinks do not count as your daily water, because tea and soft drinks and other things are processed differently by your body. Only water is water. So you can let yourself maybe have a cup of tea like in the morning, but then the rest of the day you're having your fresh water, as fresh as you can get it. You can get a Brita filter to remove the first layer of craziness that our society has put in our water, so that our water is as fresh as possible. There's definitely a difference in taste and quality in the water when it's run through a Brita filter or other filters. There are filters that are more expensive that you can actually install in your house so that you can use filtered water for all of your cooking, and then there's also filtered water that you can use for your bathing, but then we're moving up in cost for that. So do the very, very best you can to have the freshest filtered water in your body for you and your baby. This is to keep you hydrated. This is to remove waste products from your body and to remove baby's waste products from your body as well. That's why you have to drink extra, because there's a little person in there that is having waste products removed from its body through the connection that you share in the bloodstream going into your kidneys. Extra peeing and extra things to do, as we know from being pregnant people. So we want to say thumbs up for healthy fats. Please, please, please do not indulge in a fat-free diet at this time. The healthy good fats are really good for us. What are healthy good fats? That's butter, that's avocado, that's whole milk if you enjoy whole milk, and if you are not lactose intolerant, again, trying to get organic milk if at all possible for you. Don't say no to good fats at this time in your life. Fats are very important for baby's brain development. Fats are very important for our brain functioning too. It helps us to stay awake and helps us to not be kind of out of it and depressed, you know? And everything in moderation. I'm not talking about going crazy on this stuff here, but having reasonable portions. And when we talk about 5-finger eating, all of the things that are the portion sizes we're talking about as big as your palm of all of these things that I've already discussed. So you can have a little more than this, but try not to have less than this, right? Just the palm, not the fingers, as far as the serving size is concerned. So protein source, some food with vitamin C, green leafy vegetables, whole grains, and water. And then thumbs up for healthy fats. 5-finger eating, it's super, super helpful. It's super, super positive. It gives you great results, helps you to prevent things like anemia, helps your immune system stay up and firing well against things like Group B strep, helps with things like preeclampsia, which definitely has a tie into diet. So, and it's one of those things that can be completely in our control. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now that are out of our control. This is one of those things that we can bring into our control as much as possible. If food scarcity is an issue for you, please check out your community's food banks. Please do not hesitate to ask friends and family for support. Please feel free, if you are in the East Bay, in the Oakland, California area, to reach out to the Oakland Better Birth Foundation. Our phone number is 510-827-9160, and our email is oaklandbetterbirthfoundation@gmail.com. And we'd be very happy to help you be connected with resources to help your family get food if food is an issue for you to attain. But know that taking the prenatal vitamin every day, though that has its benefits, will do little or nothing if you're not able to get these components in to your body on a daily basis. The supplement is a supplement, meaning that it's being added to something. So your good quality prenatal vitamin, along with this really good diet, will keep you in good stead in your pregnancy and the rest of your life. If you're a not pregnant person, then the goal is 60 to 80 grams of protein a day, but that's the only shift. If you're expecting more than one baby, you're trying to push for as close to 100 grams of protein per baby. It seems challenging, but it isn't really. If you need help or assistance or coaching around all of this, please do not hesitate to contact me. Again, our phone number is 510-827-9160. The website is www.oaklandbetterbirthfoundation.com. I wish you happy eating. I wish you joyous pregnancy, and look forward to seeing you again during my next video. Peace and baby blessings to you.